My most memorable moment so far doing this would be when we celebrated our 10 years anniversary last year. It was, in fact, I can't put it to words. It was a joy to behold. It was emotional for me because really, like really, what started like play. And it's become a vine branch. It become something that has also given a lot of people hope and dreams, because staffing is really about nurturing lives. It's really about helping people rediscover themselves, and growing through life. So I was really joyful and thankful that I'm also doing this. We are able to celebrate success of what is both important to us. What we literally, left something else that could have been a source of livelihood. It was a big risk. It was really a big risk. And so it was really worth it at the end of the day. Forever memorable.
I mean, another memorable moment then will be the day, we both signed the dotted line, from our investors. And for me, it was not just about the money coming in. It was then that, somebody now, believed enough from thousands of miles away, in Europe, comes down, and then was ready to say, I believe in what you guys have done, in the direction you're going, and I'm willing to put down money and fly back, not even worry about what I was going to do with it the next day. That was validation.
Such level of trust as well.
And believe in what you had done for the last 7 years. So that was another, really memorable moment. Of course, some really, funny ones as well. I remember, so I was not around, but I remember Abimbola getting to the store one day, and like out of maybe 8 or 9 staff, 6 of them didn't show up. And she had to roll up her sleeves and then join production.
Around.
You said
you were around.
I was around, right? And then join production that day. They had just vanished. And those are one of the times we asked ourselves, why did they leave and all of that. And those moments also helped us improve
on
our system.
So working with the spouse definitely has gotten its own pros and cons. I'll talk about the pros first. So the pro is, for us, we both are totally committed to the same goals and values of the business. It's beautiful to share and celebrate success together and see what is important to us, growing and blossoming. Of course, the cons would be like it's hard to separate, your business life from your personal lives, and so it gets in the way, sometimes. And this has also been a learning curve for us. It's helped us to learn a lot of things about ourselves, rediscover ourselves. For me, I had to learn to be, of course, more process-driven. So I didn't have the luxury of working so much in the corporations and all of that. And so sometimes I just want to do things, the pressures of work, I just want to address it and go. And so he's thinking, okay, let's think long term. Even if you are able to resolve it now, how do we ensure that the next person does this? And so he's very big on, documentation and communicating it over and over and over again. I remember those early days that I would just maybe want to send something really important by WhatsApp. He goes, send me a mail. Like the first day I heard that kind of send me a mail, my head went gaga, like, hey God, is this our beautiful romantic relationship turning so official and formal now? Like, I'm not signing up for this kind of life, but like I said, the beauty is, again, because we've been friends college sweethearts, I must say, before we transited into business, and so it has helped. My husband is also someone that is really, really, really simple, humble, and not, too edgy like a typical Nigerian man, if you know what I mean. He's so level-headed, friendly, down to earth. So it makes it easy for us, even when we have conflicts, saying I'm sorry, saying let's trace it into how did it happen, why did it happen. Yeah, so it has really helped us. And again, I would say that the initial focus for the two of us was service. It wasn't really money, like we were so money hungry, and if money is not coming, somebody is out to bash somebody else. No, it's never been the way we started. Like I said, we both had, like the sort of livelihood before we started, so it has really helped.
Talking about working with my spouse, I think it's been a lot of being very deliberate about it. So right from the start, we were very deliberate about making sure that we give each other expression to function and excel in their areas of strength. So I remember we always made that joke when we started that I never wanted to be called Madam's husband or that is Oga's wife coming. So we all had our roles,
and job titles.
We all had areas of responsibilities, and we allowed each other function and excel. So that really helped because we clearly established that from the beginning. And of course, when we started having issues, some conflict, disagreement, it was always about having established what the vision was, having established what the goal was. So it was always easy to retrace our steps back that, yes, you might be, going at it from this perspective, and I'm going at this from this perspective. At the end of the day, we want the same thing. So sometimes, you shift ground, I shift ground based on, what the conversation is. So it's just a lot of understanding and over communicating as much as possible. So we always, talk about everything. Maybe I should just mention this: when you, even when you're not having issues amongst yourself, when you run a business together, you need to be careful about your team, because then they might want to cause, conflicts between you. Tell, your spouse something and then tell you something else. So we always cross-check with what this person says, what this person says, and so it's helped us, walk through all that. In the last, 4 or 5 years, is almost like it's been smooth sailing, right? But it was not always, that way.
My top 3 lessons so far has been: 1, whatever your hand finds to do it well. Yes, so the so far story sums it up and validates that whatever your hands finds to do it well. We never had any business background when we started, and today we are here. Lesson 2, people make things happen. It's not enough to have good products and all of that. Without the right people, everything would be a mess. I mean, a big mess. Because we wouldn't have been able to manage 13 locations. So at best, we would manage 2. I would be in one, then he would be managing another, not 13, and not the dream to even scale from 13 to, other parts of Africa. So invest in the right people. And if you cannot invest in the right people, of course, get the right people, nurture them, train them, and get them to buy into your business vision. And the last would be that anything that starts small can become big. It's about how you manage what you have now.
3 lessons from me. One is continuous learning. So when you build a business or even you building your career, learning is continuous, and you have to keep improving, keep learning, keep expanding your knowledge horizon. My second lesson will be very similar to a second lesson, and in saying that you don't build a business, you actually build the people. The business, the people make up the business. When you go to a business and you say, this business customer service is poor, what you basically said is that somebody somewhere you met there has given you a poor service. So it's about the people. And then for me, the last thing would be to say that it's very important to understand your business and understand your business environment, because you cannot operate outside of the macro conditions within your sphere. So you want to understand your business and understand the environment in which you're operating, and then how both of them interact to give you the best results. Alright, so if you're just starting out in business, it's absolutely important that you prioritize data collection. It doesn't have to be really big data. It could be very simple things, like what your customers are ordering, the times they are ordering, the feedback they are giving, either positive or negative. Putting together all this data and then trying to make sense of it, analyzing it can be very important, for you to drive, new business direction, new initiatives. And if you are already running a business and things seems a bit difficult, go back to your data and ask yourself what is working, what is not working, what can you change, what can you improve, what can you add, can you slightly make a different direction to what you're doing. And so data becomes very, very vital in you being able to run your business sustainably over a long term.